Hey guys, welcome to Let's Play Metroid Zero Mission. This game came out in 2004 on the Game Boy Advance, and it's a remake of the original Metroid on NES, which came out in 1986. I'm going to be trying to do a 100% run of this game, but I don't know if I can make any promises in that regard just yet. I did try to play this a little earlier, but we'll go ahead and just erase that. And yeah, this game is... well, this whole series is very unique. It's kind of a really nice series. I don't know. I know there's a better way to explain it, but yeah. Planet Zebes. I called this place home once in peaceful times, long before evil haunted the caverns below. Now I shall finally tell the tale of my first battle here, my so-called Zero Mission. So one thing this game did that kind of, one thing the original Metroid did that kind of turned platforming on its head is, well, in most platformers up until then, you start off by going to the right. Here are doors, there are some zoomers, they just kind of follow the wall. That's what these yellow enemies are called. The little purple thing is health and these doors, and you can blow up some rocks, can't blow up others. But when you start this game, I guess most players would assume you have to go to the right because whatever, but hey, there's a wall blocking. And this is actually the first, well, one of the first NES games to really challenge a standard, because this game requires a lot of exploration to beat, and it's something I really love about this whole game and the series, is that, you know, I mean, to start off the game, you have to go right, you have to go left to go right, and that kind of sets the tone for the entire game. And you see here there is a orb thing. You also notice the entire left or right side of the screen is completely blank right now. Well, that's why. This is the morph ball. We can double tap down to take a ball form and gain access to narrow passageways. So, in the original Metroid, you couldn't duck. You couldn't do this at all. You couldn't shoot the enemies that were like at ankle height. You had to either you go morph ball or standing. There was no in between. And I'm going to try to point out some other differences I know of. Another really obvious one is in the original Metroid, you are smaller compared to the world. Like, really tiny. This game also added some features from later games. If like the map, for instance, I'll get to that in a second, but also there's stuff like wall jumping, which I just failed at, but... okay, these enemies are called Screes. There's a similar enemy in the Metroid Prime series called Shriekbat, but that's not this. But you'll see on the map, there's a circle right where I'm standing, on the top right. Well, there's an energy tank right there. And on the map, you can see the dot on the far left where the morph ball was. That's because in this game on the map, your items are actually... like displayed on the map if you've got them or not. The circle means you don't have it, the dot means you do have it, and we're in the Brinstar area right now. It's where the game starts, and we have to roll under this, and this is a Chozo statue. There were no Chozo statues in the original Metroid, and what this does, well, there were Chozo, but not these kind. This one basically tells us, hey, go that way. Yeah. Okay, thanks, bye. And then it refills our health and whatever else we might have. And another thing this game has that the original Metroid didn't have is, in the next room, this thing. It's a save room. There was no saving in the original Metroid. There was a password system. And there were a lot of potential passwords. Well, not a lot, but I mean, I don't like password systems very much because I don't like having to write things down unless I want to. Another thing that the original Metroid did that kind of turned platforming is vertical areas. Again, before this, the only platformers went right to left. This one goes left, right, up, down, whatever. Any direction, every direction. Later games even go 3D. So there's that. And we're just gonna... oh, well, almost... the brown things that are going back and forth, I think they're called Rios. And they're pretty much indestructible. Like, if I can just... yeah, my bullets just kind of make a tink noise. And... this game introduced a few things from the Super Metroid and Fusion, and I guess, like wall jumping. You can jump off of walls. And this area is just a little beyond our grasp, so we're going to have to come back to it later. That's pretty much a common theme with Metroid games, is finding something you can't access, and you have to find something later in the game to get it. Now, on the map, we're supposed to go this way, right? I'm not going to go this way. I like to explore. Even though it's a fruitless exploration, because I know what's coming up, but you know what, I don't care. I like looking around. I'm just gonna have to... yeah. Our beam is really short right now. We have the basic beam. And through this door, another statue. Yeah, we can't go this way yet. So I'm just gonna have to go all the way back down. Ow, roll into this. And... oh, another scree. I don't know the names of all the enemies, I just know that one because it looks like the Shriek Bat, and I thought it was a Shriek Bat until later. And this is another Chozo statue, but this one has an item. It has the long beam. You'll never guess what it does. Fires long-distance shots. Press L and B to fire diagonally. And again, diagonal aiming wasn't in the NES Metroid because there was no L or R button. So we can go in here. My headset fell off. Sorry. Recharge energy tank. And there's nothing over here. And at this point, the game wants us to go up here. Because we can't shoot... the long beam ends at the end of the screen, but what we can do is if we shoot it and then duck and roll in real quick, like, we can break later blocks. And what a common speedrunning tactic is, I have to time this really well. I didn't time it very well, but like a common speedrunning tactic is to shoot. And then like roll into the thing and let the beam travel a little longer to blow this up. Because up there is some stuff that the game wants us to do for plot, but you know what? This isn't a speedrun. This is just me running around doing whatever I like to explore in this game. I mean, I'll do a little bit of sequence breaking, but not that one. Because this one is actually kind of useful for plot reasons. And there actually is a pretty decent plot to this game that's in the manual. But basically, space pirates attack a research vessel and steal Metroid samples. Or samples of the Metroid DNA or whatever, and the Metroid is a creature that can drain an organism's life energy to kill it. This door is locked, it's gray. And these pirates want to weaponize the Metroids and use them to take down their enemies. And the Galactic Federation's like, nah. So they hire Samus to, you know, take down the space pirates, eliminate the Metroids, kill the Mother Brain, and all the other good stuff. And this door, in the original... this is the boss door, basically, because there are two big bosses in the game. We'll get to them later. But in the original game, this was just like a little pathway above lava, and there were two pillars that would open up when you had defeated the bosses. This time it's just a door with two mouths, and we can't go any farther because we haven't killed the bosses yet. So we have to make our way all the way back. The game wanted us to see this. Gonna jump up. And down here now, boom, there's an enemy. I'm gonna just do this. Hey, you can't shoot me, or you can't reach me. Health. And now the door's open, and now we can hit this guy. This game is actually really short. It's something that a lot of people didn't like because the original Metroid is also really short. But it was made for a lot of replayability. Like, it keeps track of your items, keeps track of your time, and you can always fight for a better time. Again, I'm not much of a speedrunner though, so don't expect some sort of miracle. I'll show off a few speedrunning tricks I know, but I won't really, use them. Mostly because I can't bomb jump at all in this game. I don't know why. I just never get the timing right. And I can't do it. So now we have the beam that we can use to shoot this. And this should be the little tunnel, yeah. And there's a red door, which we can't open yet. Again, if you played a Metroid series, you know what that is. But for now, we just can't use it, so we're going to explore a little bit. The little purple things can't be destroyed either just yet. We're going to find an item for that later. And up here is another door that isn't going to go anywhere right now, but I just wanted to show it off now. Because, yeah. Oh, the red ones, by the way, the red zoomers, I think they're still zoomers. They're either zoomers or gamers. I can't remember exactly. But this little area is kind of neat. A lot of building, a lot of more little blocks that are red dots that we can't open up. So, yeah. Also, I know that canonically or whatever, according to official stuff, Samus's name is pronounced Samus Aran. But I feel like Aran is too earthy of a name, considering she was, well, I guess that'd be plot, never mind. But considering like she's in space and stuff, her name is very earthy, and I don't like that pronunciation. I prefer Samus Aran, personally, and that's what I'm gonna go by. I know it's wrong technically, but I also know I don't care. So yeah. And there is a save room up ahead that I remember if I remember correctly, right here. Yeah. And this game falls into a category known as Metroidvania, which is a portmanteau of Metroid and Castlevania. Because a lot of games and a lot of other games that are inspired by this game are usually inspired by Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Also, this little area right here, this little lava thing, these enemies constantly respawn, and they pretty much always drop items if you need them. And also, if you don't pick up the item, they won't respawn. So it's a really good grinding spot. And see this? This little item looks like a missile? It's a missile tank. And I'm keeping track of those too. There are 50 missile tanks in this game, and I'm going to try to find them all. We can press R and B to fire. They open up the red hatches. And if we go farther ahead, we see another red dot, and we can't blow it up with missiles, so we're going to have to keep going. But I don't like the term Metroidvania exactly, and there's something coming up here. This is an earthquake. Oh no! In my practice run, I could not defeat this guy at all, and it looks like I'm having the same luck here. Come on. Come on. Ah. I think it takes 3 hits to kill, but it's just difficult. I'm playing on an emulator, and I didn't get it in time. If you get it if you hit him like all the times, then you can kill him really quickly and you get an item for that. But I didn't, so we're gonna have to fight him later. He does keep his health though, so I don't have to, get him started back from the beginning again. Anyways, as I've said for like the last 5 times, I don't like the term Metroidvania, and there are a number of reasons for this. The first one is mostly because Metroid did it first. And I'm weird like that, because Castlevania initially was just like an action platformer type thing. Didn't really have any backtracking, it was very linear. And yeah. Like another part of that is that the Castlevania series didn't start like taking this route until Symphony of the Night, consistently at least, because I know Castlevania 2 was kind of similar, but not exactly. Anyways, this is a hive, but yeah, what was I saying? Like, Castlevania didn't start doing it until Symphony of the Night, and even now they haven't been consistently like Metroid in that regard. I don't think so, at least. I know Lords of Shadow is a little different. And this is a little secret area, you can tell because it's green on the map. And I don't know what these things are called, these little bug things. But I know when you destroy the hive, they fly off. Usually. Or maybe they don't. But there's another missile tank here. Each missile tank increases my capacity by 5 and gives me 5 missiles. And I just failed at jumping. Another issue I have with Metroidvania, because I may as well make a list, is Castlevania is a lot more grindy, honestly. I mean, you've got, like, hearts for currency or whatever and all that other good stuff. And, I mean, to be fair, Castlevania isn't exactly a series I have any, like, history with. I haven't really played it. So it might not be fair of me to say, and, ooh, another earthquake. You know what that means. Also, a little dot on the map told me there was a missile tank here. Now I have 10. And hey, oh no! Didn't see that coming. Come on, die. And there you go. And his eyeball transforms into a C. It's the charge beam! I didn't actually get this in my last time trying this. And I did try this earlier. So we can hold B to charge, release to fire. We can also jump with a full charge, do a charge attack. And I'll demonstrate that in a second. So this is the charge beam. And there's an E tank. It's an energy tank. It increases my health capacity by 100 or so. So with the charge beam we can destroy things. I mean, that wasn't a good example. But trust me, we can destroy things. Like this. And another thing we can do, if I can time it right and I can't, is... Okay, so if we jump into an enemy with the charge beam enabled, we actually can kill them. Oh, this is a missile door. Where does it lead to? An M. It's a map room. And there was no map in the original Metroid. You basically had to memorize it or find some sort of third-party map or draw one yourself. There was no in-game map screen type thing. And now we've got the map data for Brinstar, which is the area we're in right now. And even now, the map isn't going to tell us everything, just like the main stuff. It doesn't tell us any of the secrets or anything else. And yeah. So, what else is there to say? Another save room. I'm just going to save just in case everything crashes. I felt like I had something else to say about the Metroidvania thing, but I think I covered it all in segments. Like, Metroid did it first, Castlevania is inconsistent, and the gameplay is a little different. Because there's no real grinding in Metroid, unless you, like, want a lot of health, which is possible, really, but you don't have to, like, go back and grind for currency, because there really isn't any. And I think we're at the area where the little marker was telling us to go to. Yep. Hey, look, more red circles. Hey, look, another circle thing. It's the bomb. The bomb, or more accurately, the morph ball bomb. Press B to set, and it explodes. And what I think is kind of neat about this game, usually when they give you a new item, they give you a thing to test it out on. Like this little room with a missile tank at the top. You can test bomb jumping, because if you use your bomb and you're under it, you do a little jump. And if you do it sequentially and you have the timing right, like I don't, you can actually do like repetitive jumps and like gain height and jump infinitely if you're that good. And I'm not, so I'm not going to do it. Even though I think one of the power-ups at least requires it. So now we're free to explore, pretty much. We could go to the north area, which is I think what the game wants us to do. I think right now they want us to go to Norfair, actually. And I don't care about that. Sometimes I'll specifically do what the game doesn't want me to do, because why not? And now the doors are locked because they want us to use this again, so boom. Oh no, the purple things. If there are enough of us, or enough of them on me, I'll lose health. But they die. Really easily. And now the door's open.